It is so often that I meet young budding entrepreneurs who seem so depressed, so demotivated, so lost. And I ask them, what's up? And they say, I just don't seem to be making it. Well, I spent 4 decades in the corporate world, right from a graduate trainee to all the way up to a CEO of a large multinational research center and institute involved in clinical research. And then I stepped in out of that and stepped into the world of entrepreneurship. And let me tell you, the last decade has been absolutely amazing. So if you are one of those entrepreneurs who are sitting down the dumps, not knowing what is my next or what should be my next move, then welcome into the musings of an old maverick. Welcome into the archives of my life, and let's now traverse 6 things that I did as an entrepreneur to get to where I am happily today. 1, and if you haven't done this, then do it right now. Identify a pain for which you have a solution. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs just bundle in, jump into the entrepreneurship in the arena, the entrepreneurship arena, without realizing that you first have to have a reason to be an entrepreneur. Why? Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? And I'll tell you why. Because an entrepreneur, his entire passion is to take pain away from people. So if you identify a certain pain, a certain want, a certain desire, and you can actually create a solution for that, you've got your target demography in place, you've got your target audience in place, you've got your customers in place, everything will then fall in place. After all, if your product isn't a solution, why should anyone even look at it? 2, you know what I did? I created a massive network. No network, no entrepreneur. In fact, no network, no one can really be effective in anything they do, whether they're professionals or whether they're entrepreneurs. But networking is an art. And while I have another vlog in this entire world of mine and YouTube, a whole lot of vlogs crafted just for you, and you can always look into it, you can always search for it and find it. But networking, very simply, is about not getting people, not knowing people or connecting people to get something out of them for your advantage, but to give them something for their advantage so that they give it back to you in return. You know, it's a very simple thing. If I have a person in my network who, let's say, is a car dealer, and I have a whole lot of other people in the network who do now and then talk about buying a car, then what should I be doing? I connect those that are planning to buy a car with the person in my network who has a dealership for cars. And I keep doing this till finally the guy who owns the dealership realizes, well, here's this guy Anand who's helping me out so much. Let me see what he does. Let me see if I can help him. And that's when they start working for you and helping you multiply your business. Another secret about networking is, you know, the most loyal people in your network are those who have heard from people in your network and therefore now want to connect with you. They make very, very close and very important friends and associates in your network. 3, embrace continuous learning. Keep upskilling yourself. Do you know, till the first lockdown happened, I was absolutely offline like all of us were. And I would take a lot of sessions at various corporate organizations. I would host various summits and be keynote speakers here and keynote speaker there and panelist here and panelist there, and everything was happening. Suddenly, what happened? The lockdown fell in place. And I came all the way down to ground zero. But I kept upgrading myself as I was, imprisoned, so to speak, at home. And I learned how to automate business. And today, My entire business is automated. I learned personal branding. I learned how to connect my work with 8 billion people across the world. Well, I'm not connected with all of them yet, but then I'm sure going to get there sometime. That's being ambitious. And of course, yes, realizing the ease of what I am doing today wouldn't have actually happened if I had not kept upskilling myself and learning all the tricks of the trade that I am now into. 4, and this is very, very important, be open to feedback. I'll be very honest. Entrepreneurs, especially all those mentees that I have of entrepreneurs, and I have a whole lot of startups who I've mentored over the last few years. There is this little ego in them, this little flash that gives them that feeling that oh well, I've been there, done it, I know it. I don't need to be told. I don't need to be advised. No, you don't need to be told. You don't need to be advised. But you need to keep your ears grounded. You need to be a good listener. You got to listen to what people are saying, then sit and analyze it. Because let me tell you, I'm not asking you to go out and seek advice. No one can advise you on anything, because ultimately each one's journey is very, very exclusive then. And they haven't journeyed your life, you haven't journeyed their lives. How does advice help? But listening is an art, a beautiful art. And that has been one of my success points as an entrepreneur. I have always lent an ear to any form of criticism, anything that anyone wanted to tell me about what I was doing. I may or may not agree, but the fact is I am listening, and it's helping me analyze the situation and whether I need to improve upon it or not. And most often, let me tell you, improvement happens. And number 5, this is the tough one. It could be a very, very long haul journey. So either you have a tight, good bank balance for you to handle a journey which may not materialize or fructify overnight. Most times it never does. Or you learn how to live on a shoestring budget till it starts raining money. The longer the haul becomes when you're doing it exclusively for money. I'm not saying don't do it for money. Or for heaven's sakes, don't do anything free. But as entrepreneur, serve, serve, serve. Money will start flowing at a speed unimaginable. Because when you're serving, you're putting yourself into it. You're not talking about quantity, you're talking about high quality stuff. You are delivering the best possible you can. And you are constantly improving upon it as you traverse the life of an entrepreneur. It's a long haul. It's a tough haul. Don't ever forget that. So don't sit around feeling down the dumps. Oh God, it's not happening. What do I do next? It's okay. It is a long haul, and it is going to take time. Finally, success is all about attitude. Let me tell you, that's all it takes. It begins here. It begins here. When Edmund Hillary decided to climb the Mount Everest, when was the time he actually succeeded? It's when he made up mind to do it and stepped out of his home. In his mind, he was already at the summit. All you have to do is just walk all the way up to it. Period. So success is here. And it all depends upon your attitude. If your attitude is positive, if your attitude is daring, if you have great resilience, if you know that it's going to take time, and if you are earthed, grounded, not with that silly ego that a lot of entrepreneurs I meet up with have in them, and if you're constantly open to learning and upskilling, there is absolutely no way no way that you'll fail. Believe me. This is Anand Nair, signing off now. I hope you've enjoyed this traverse with me, and if you have, please do subscribe. I would love you to share all my future vlogs coming up twice a week, crafted just for you. Ciao then. You take care.